everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer and today we're playing with the Chanel Holiday Collection. Now, if you've been watching my channel or you are part of my Patreon page, you'll know that I've had the Chanel No. 5 quad for quite some time and did a video on it about a month ago or so, put it up on my Patreon page. I have released it here on YouTube when the collection was released, and I do have a video up as well, so I'll make sure that's linked above. This is the palette that I used in the video, and I'll swatch it again for everyone today so you guys can see it. It looks much better on the eye than it does in the palette, in my opinion. I also bought another one to put in the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, which, going the way we're going right now, I would guess is going to be at the beginning of 2022. I can't believe 2022. It's so weird. Anyway, so that will be in the giveaway as well. I need to do a picture, I've been saying that for a while, of everything that's in there because it's grown quite a bit. So I'll do that soon. But today we'll do the Premier Laques on the eyes. I have it in Or Ombre and Or Noir. Really bad at French. This is the black and the gold. That was part of the collection. Then I picked up two of the lip colors. All of the lip colors in the Chanel No. 5 holiday collection are reds. I picked up two. I picked up Rouge Brûlant and Independente. Those are the two that really appealed to me. They're all, I believe, all limited edition because they have the Chanel No. 5 thing on it. I'll show you in a second what I mean by that. So they're limited edition pieces. So even if you don't, like if you're a collector and you just want to pick them up, you can do that even if you don't want the colors. I didn't get the stick because I have the Chanel sticks, illumination sticks, and for some reason on me, they just don't dry down. They just stay really wet. And I have very dry skin. I'm not sure if it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, I just don't really love them. I don't hate them. They just stay sticky all day, and you know, that doesn't really work for me. Maybe my skin has gotten too moisturized. I don't know. But I did pick up the illuminating fluid. This is in, what's the name of this? Does it have a name? Let's look. Yes, it does. It's it's Ivory. I'm not going to even try to pronounce the French. So it's Ivory. I have a number of these, and I've done videos with them before with the different shades. There's a pink one, there's a gold one, you know. So we're going to put that on the skin today. I do have foundation on. I do have my brows done. The foundation I have on is the, oh my goodness, my brain just short-circuited. I have on the La Prairie Cushion Foundation. I'm still testing that out to see if I have any issues with it. I really do like it. I think it actually creates a really like skin-like texture. I like the finish, but I need to wear it longer, you know, more days and figure out how it works for me. So we'll go through all of the collection today, and we'll see how it looks. I will be doing like some bronzer and, you know, all that stuff to finish it off, and I'll use Chanel, but I wanted you to see how this looked before I did any of that. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so let's start with the illuminating fluid, and then we'll swatch the quad, and I'll show you the eye laques, and we'll try out the lipsticks. So this one, as I said, is Ivory. That's the name of it. Just shaking it up. Shaking it up. And let's put it on the back of my hand so you can see. Pretty runny. That's the shade. Now, how I usually use this is under my foundation, but since I have foundation on today already, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of use it as a highlighter. So I pulled my hair back so that we could see this a little bit better. So let's take a little bit of this and see if we can use it as like a highlighter just over foundation, or if it really only works as like an under concealer, an under foundation kind of product. I've used this in the other shades over foundation before, so I'm gonna assume this is gonna work, but you know. So I'm gonna just sort of tap this in. It does have a scent, but it's light. It's not, you know. okay. I don't think it took off any of my foundation. Maybe a little bit through here, but nothing, you know, nothing terrible. So I think it just kind of gives the skin a glow, like a nice golden glow. I think this works better as an under foundation product, kind of giving illumination to the entire face. The ones that I have like the pink one, I have a gold one. This one does look a little bit different than the ones that I have in my collection. Let me pull those out and we'll take a look. I have other products that aren't Chanel. I have the Auric, which is my favorite, to be honest with you. I've got a bunch of different like ones that you can use like this under the skin, under the foundation, like you just give your luminosity to your skin. But these are the Chanel ones. All right, so this is the Rosy Light Drops. This is the pink one. Then we've got the Le Beiges. This is the Sheer Healthy Glow Highlighting Fluid. And I'm not rubbing these in. That's the Le Beiges. Then we have the new one, which is the Iridescent Illuminating Fluid. Yeah, this one's definitely deeper. And that's this one. Yeah, I think you can see there's difference between those three, definitely. How much they'll show up differently on your skin, I think depends, you know, on your skin tone and how much you use. But this newest one, it almost has like a peach cast to it. It's interesting. I take a little bit more of it. Just let that sit. Okay, so while we're letting that sit for a moment, let's swatch the Chanel No. 5 Quad. Now, as I said, I've done a video of this. It's up. I'll make sure it's referenced somewhere here in the video. It'll be linked so you can see the look with this. I think it's a beautiful quad. I think it's got, it's a real unique shade. It's a really unique combination of shades. But what I would tell you is it doesn't really, like when you put it on your hand, it kind of looks like, okay, a bunch of sparkly shades. But on the eye, it's really beautiful. I also did on IG a comparison of this and the Tom Ford, I think it was, what was the name of it? Gold? I can't remember the name of that'll come to me in a minute. But the Tom Ford Cream Shadow Duo, which is very similar shades, and then the Grand Ball from Dior, which is also very similar. So, you know, it's not revolutionary, it's not completely different, but if you see the look that I created in the video, it really does look stunning on the eye. It really is beautiful. And if you're a collector, and some people are, this is a limited edition Chanel No. 5, you know, quad, so it's unique for those of you who are interested in that. I would check out that other video, see what you think of it, decide if that's something you want to pick up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I let this kind of sit on my skin. You can kind of see like the luminescence there. You can definitely see it much more after I patted it, you know, another layer in. So I think you can absolutely use it over the foundation. I prefer to use them under the foundation. I just think they work better that way for me. But, you know, you got to do what you like. All right, so the laques. Now I have these in many, many different shades. I picked up some, this is the fall collection, I think. Here's one, this is the green. I almost forgot what the actual name of it was. Lame Bronze. It is bronze, but it has like a green, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Shift to it. My brain is not working. I've spent too much time at the hospital. Anyway, so I have used these before. I have a number of different shades. So this one, they say, is longer liquid eyeshadow. I'm just seeing if there's anything unique about these that I should mention to you guys. What I would say about these. So I've had people say that they really don't like them because they are too liquidy, and I get that. They aren't super thick in formula. So here's the black one. We're gonna Noir. So that's like a thin layer. So what I do with these is one or two things. I either put them on like this and let them dry down before I try to put another layer on, or I just do one layer. You can use a brush with them as well. Here's that's the ombre one, which is kind of like, I guess, gold. That's kind of their theme. If you haven't figured it out, it's black and gold. That's, you know, and then red lip, which is a traditional look. So the colors I think are really beautiful. I really think they're stunning. The question is, you know, for some people, they don't like this type of formula. And I get that. If you don't like this type of formula, don't pick these up. When they dry down, and I'm going to try to let them dry as I talk here, they do stay on your eye. At least they stay on my eye. The thing that we always have to remember, like when you're watching anybody's channel or anybody's recommendations, it depends on their type of skin. My eyelids are super dry. Even though my skin has gotten less dry for whatever reason over the last year, my eyelids have stayed dry, very dry. And so I don't use a lot of primer. The only primer I really use is the Tom Ford one, which does not, by the way, help with longevity or anything. It just creates a good base. It evens out everything. So I don't have oily eyelids. So this kind of thing is fine for me, but not everybody, you know, has that. So these are pretty dry. Yeah, okay. So you can see by just rubbing them, they're not going to come off, which is nice. So what I was going to do today is I was going to take the black and put it on my eye like with a light wash, and then we could put the gold over it, just see how it looks. The thing about these, and I get this, a lot of people will say, well, you know, how do you put it on your eye and like have a good shape to it? The way I do it is with a brush, to be honest with you. That's what works for me. So let me show you what I mean. All right, so we're gonna take the black, Noir, sorry, and we're gonna put it on the eye. Now, like I said, you could just use this, that's fine. Or you could put it on like this, get it in the general shape that you want, like just, you know, where you want to place it, and then take a brush. You're gonna get a very thin layer that way. And then you can take this again, kind of build it up. Sit for a second, don't let it sit too long, because if you let it sit too long, it will dry completely and you won't be able to do anything with it. I'm like tapping it in, let it dry. So now I'm like achieving the shape that I want. And then you let it dry. Which I get is not a lot of fun, because you're like, oh, okay. But what I would say, and like what people have asked me, like, why would you go through the trouble? Once you do this, once it's on your eye, it's not going anywhere. It's going to stay. So that would be the reason. Like if you're looking for something that you know is going to stay around all day or all night, you know, you're going out, you want something that is like foolproof, this would be it. The Danessa Myricks products, they have similar kind of thing. Same kind of thing. Like once you put it on your eye, it's not going anywhere. Just doing the exact same thing on the other side, nothing different. Building it up. Now you could just leave it really sheer too. You don't have to have it, you know, build it up. You can leave it. But I am trying to do a little bit darker look and then put the gold on top so you can see it. Yeah, that's about the same. Okay. All right. So those are the two eyes. About the same. Do a little bit more black on this one. Keep calling it black. It's actually noir, but I think you get which one I'm talking about. It's very pretty. Like it's got a lot of sparkle to it, a lot of depth to it. It's not just like a flat black by any means. It's be great for a holiday party. If I was going to a holiday party. Hopefully next year. Hopefully next year we'll be back to, I mean, I know some people already are, just not all of us yet. All right, and then I'm just gonna go back and forth in the crease with this, just to kind of smooth it out. For the most part, it dries down, but you can like just, you know, smooth out like the edges and stuff, which is what I'm doing. And I will be honest, it looks really weird at first because you're like so stark, but then when you put mascara on and lips and you get the whole thing. So I'd let that dry and let it literally fully dry down before we try the gold on top of it. And then I'll show you on my hand, now that these are totally dried down. Not going anywhere. So yes, it takes a little longer to get them on your eye. Yeah, I'm not going to say like to build it up. If you want just sheer, you can just do it very easily. But if you want to build up the color, yes, it's going to take you a little bit to build it up. But once it's on your eye, it's there. You don't have to worry about like it fading, or you don't have to worry about it, you know, creasing. It doesn't do that on me. Again, dry eyelids. Just making sure everyone's clear on that. Okay, so let me bring you a little bit closer. We'll try out the lips while this dries, and then we'll put the gold on top. All right, so I wanted to bring you in a little bit closer to try out the two lips. So like I said, the ones that I bought were 176 independent, but it's independent. Wait a second, it's independente. I know there's a French pronunciation, but I'm not exactly sure what that is. And then Rouge Brûlant, which is 191. Let's do the Rouge Brûlant first. So let me show you on the top of the lipstick. Instead of a Camellia or Chanel, you have 5, which is why this is a limited edition item, because all the rest of them will have, you know, the Camellia on it. Some have lions. There was one that had, there's been different ones. Anyway, but that's why they're limited edition, because they have the 5 on there. And then that's the Rouge Brûlant shade. Show it to you. Oh, it's pretty. It's almost like a salmon, but like a redder salmon. It's really nice. Everything goes pinker on me, cooler on me. Things generally, I have a difficult time keeping things like warm, like peaches and stuff. Sometimes I can do it, but most of the time everything just goes pink. This is 176. This is the Independente, or whatever the heck it's pronounced. Let's put it over here so we can see it. And that would be more of a blue red. You can see the Rouge Brûlant, how like pink, how much more this is like a salmon, and this is like a red. It's like a Wonder Woman red. They're both very pretty though. I didn't pick up, there's, I believe, 5 shades, and they're all reds, and they all looked pretty to me, but I'll be honest, I just don't wear red lipstick, so I wasn't gonna pick up all 5 of them, but I did want to pick up like some of them, so I was like, all right, you know, I'll get 2. And then I didn't think that was going too far. I was like, all right, let's, you know. And mostly because they're limited edition, they have 5 on them, and it's the holiday collection. I wanted to show them to all of you, but I just thought getting all of them was just a little too much. All right, so let's go in with the gold, and let's just put a little bit of the gold on the lid, and let's see how that works. All right. Now I'll tell you guys, this black is pretty like sparkly, so you certainly don't need to put anything over it. It works just fine as it is, but I just wanted to see if we put the amber over it, whether that, like, you could do that. And yeah, you absolutely can. Actually, it creates kind of a spectacular look. You need a little bit more gold on this side, just a tiny bit more. I'll show you and let that dry just a little bit. Yeah, it's a beautiful color combination. It's a lot though. Like this is something for me, I would only do for like a party or like a festivity, right? Because it's just, I mean, it's a lot. And I would probably just use the black by itself or the gold by itself, but I wanted you guys to see it. All right, let me put on just a little bit of foundation, a little bit of bronzer and a little bit of blush. I'm not gonna do much because you don't really wanna compete with this. And then I'll put on some mascara and sort of, you can see like the finished look, but I think you can tell like it's pretty dramatic. All right, be right back. Okay, so here we go with mascara on. I think you can tell it is a very dramatic look. I think it's beautiful, but it's not, neither one of the shades are like an everyday shade, unless of course, this is your idea of every day, which is totally fine. For me, it's more of a dramatic, like evening out kind of look. The gold, I think the gold is a little bit more everyday wearable than the noir, but I would say both of them can be if you just put them on very sheerly. So the way you do that is like when I started out, I just put this on with this, wand and kind of just let it dry down. You're gonna have a relatively sheer look. It's not gonna be as built up as this is, but I wanted to show you what the shades can look like if you're, willing to build them up. Once they're like this, like I said, like on the back of my hand, which I took off with makeup remover, they're not gonna come off. It's gonna stay. You're gonna have a look that will last all night. So that's what I like about these lacs, that they just kind of last, which I think is, for me, like if I'm going out, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to have to worry about it. So I do like that. I will say they're a little bit more troublesome to put on in the first place. So, I mean, it's like anything in life. If you want, you have to put a little effort in. If you want them that's going to really last. I do think these are really pretty. These are definitely more sparkly and shiny than the other lacs were. The gold is more shiny and shimmery, and the black, the noir, is more like sparkly. It's got like undercurrents of various like silver and platinum. It's really, really pretty. But the two you can use together if you decide to do something like that. All right, so lips. Let's use the independent one. It's like a blue red, I think. We'll see. Yep. I don't know if I don't know if I'd say it's a neutral red, but it's definitely close to a neutral red. On me, it definitely goes cooler. Again, everything does. But I'd say that it has more of that neutral red shade than the Rouge Blanc, which is definitely more like pinkish, almost like a salmon shade. So, this I think is what most people would consider like that Wonder Woman red, like that blue red. It's the one that makes your teeth look whiter. Yeah, I think it's really pretty. Personally, for me, this is like a very this is more of a dramatic look. And if I was doing this eye, I would have kept the lips probably pretty neutral. Like I generally do that. I generally don't do a bright lip and a bright, well not bright, but like dramatic eye. You can. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I think a red lip with this look is definitely a look. And I think it's pretty. It's just probably not me so much. But I do like the shade. I think the red shade is really nice. I don't wear reds very often because of my red hair. A lot of times the red lips and the red hair just doesn't really work. I can wear some reds, but most of the reds, because my skin goes pink, the lipstick goes pink, and then, I don't know, my hair is warm. I just don't think it really I don't think it's great on me. I think it's okay, but I prefer like more of a neutral lip. But I do think the luminescence, the illuminating fluid is very pretty. Like I said, it's almost got like a peach. It's like a peachy gold. I really do like it. And it is, as I showed you, different from the Rosy Light Drops and the La Beige's highlighting fluids that I do have, because they're different shades. So that's nice. I have something for like every, you know, type of look I'm trying to pull together. The laques, you know, it depends on whether you like this formula. If you don't, I totally get it. I think the shades are more shimmery and sparkly than previous laques. And the lipsticks. These are great lipsticks. The Rouge Allures are some of my favorites. I think these are great. I love the pop-up tops. I don't know why, but I love them. They are limited edition. They have the 5s on them. So, you know, if you're collecting, then that's certainly something to keep in mind. And all the shades are red. Different like tones of red. So if you're not a red lipstick person and you don't want them because they're limited edition, this collection might not be for you. Again, the things I didn't pick up the stick, the illumination stick, and I didn't pick up the other shades of red lipstick. So I know a lot of different people have the collections. You can check them out. And for the eyeshadow quad, there'll be that other video that I've already done with it. So I'll make sure that was linked somewhere in this video. So I think that's it for today, guys. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see another video really soon.